Happy Friday, everybody. Pew, 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 pew. That's my celebration noise. We made it to Friday. It's a 3-day weekend. There's no school on Monday. So I need you to really give me your best effort for the next 45 minutes. I know together we can do this and get it done. So today, this is really Thursday night. I hate to be a spoiler alert for you. But yesterday we did not get to the writing prompt. Wednesday we didn't get to the writing prompt. Thursday we didn't get to the writing prompt. So it's going to be done today, due today. And we're breaking it into smaller, manageable parts. So you are not writing an entire essay today. Don't worry about that. But I just kind of wanted to show you how to go through this so that you know what I need you to have done by the end of this 45-minute period. Okay? So I'm in Google Classroom. You go to classwork. Of course, you have done your daily check-in sheet, I'm sure, so I can mark your attendance. You go to week 7. This is the end of week 7. You should be getting those wonderful progress reports that tell how great you are doing in all of your classes. Next week is week 8, and then we wrap it up on week 9. So be prepared and get your stuff done. You click on this link that's uploaded for Wednesday. It's going to say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday now. But click on that link. But because my computer's been going so very slow, some of y'all saw that today, I actually already have it pulled up. Oh my gosh, is it just going to blank out on me? Are you serious? Why? Why does it want to do this to us? Why? So when you click on the link, it should, look how it says trying to connect right here. I told y'all this Wi-Fi, I don't know what happens, especially at night, and nobody else is here. I don't know what the deal is. But when you click the link, it's going to load your very own private slideshow presentation. So in all technicality, my gosh, I thought it was just away forever. In all technicality, you could write on this and it wouldn't go on anyone else's slides but yours. You could type your own little notes down here if you wanted to, whatever helps you. So even as you are, eventually this is going to load, and I'm going to walk you through the lesson for the day. You could even type in what maybe you need to do, what you need to remember, that kind of stuff right there, okay? So today we are finally addressing that writing prompt I've been trying so very hard to get to. But first I want to start with, what does taking a risk mean to you? So I'm just asking you about your prior knowledge. So tell me what it means to take a risk, or if somebody takes a risk, if you have taken a risk, what does that mean to you? So you're going to come here. I already have the text box for you. I try to set things up for you, and you're just going to type what it means to you. Y'all listen, as long as it makes sense, there is not a wrong answer. Okay? Just what does it mean to you? But it has to make sense. Next, we are going to go to slide 3. And at any point, if I'm going too fast, because I really would love to go home, if at any point I'm going too fast, just pause it, and that's okay. And then you can start it back up. Watch this video about taking a risk. When you finish, be prepared to add to your idea or your ideas about taking risks. So you're going to readdress this same question down here again and see if there's anything that you can add to it after watching this video. Okay, so let's watch. It's not very long. It's going to start. Oh, no. Okay, I want to stop right there because when we start getting into our essay writing, it's going to ask you to write a hook, and we haven't practiced that yet. But a hook is going to be like an attention grabber, and it's going to be some kind of statement or a quote. So that quote that was just mentioned just now, if you were to remember that quote, that could be used in your hook when we start writing our essay. Okay? So if you didn't get it, rewind it, play it again, memorize it, whatever. But you have to know what the quote says and who said it. So you have to know the name too. And that one, that last name's a little tricky. You might have to look that one up. But that would be a good hook. Hint, hint, hint. So there were actually a lot of little things that he was saying in there that I could see you using as your hook. They don't have to be quotes. Quotes are a really good one, and I love quotes personally. But I think you could also put some of those little. I think sometimes people might refer to them as cliches, like sayings that are said a lot. Like what was that one that they said? I don't know. I don't even remember. You'd have to rewind it. Sorry, I'm super tired. I'm super tired. I apologize. But I mean, I guess I could rewind it a little bit. He was talking about these baseball players. Oh, it was here. See how I had that visual cue. He said something about knowledge here. Let me play it. The only source of knowledge is experience. That doesn't necessarily have to be a quote. You could start your hook by saying, I don't know, a famous person once said, or you could say, there is a famous saying that goes like this, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a quote. You could use something like just this little saying, this little cliche. So we've watched the whole video. Again, if I'm going too fast or if I'm not making sense because I'm very tired, I'm so sorry. I'm really trying to focus, but I'm trying to do multitasking so I can go home. But we watched the video about taking a risk. Now you had in the one on side two what you thought taking a risk meant, right? Or taking a chance. Now this one says after watching the video, what ideas could you add? So not that your idea was even wrong, but what what did you gain from watching the video? Did you learn something? That like taking a risk doesn't necessarily have to be like dangerous stuff. Sometimes taking a risk is like facing your fears, right? So think about take a few minutes and type again the text box is there for you. Type what taking a risk now means to you after watching the video. And again, if you need more time, just pause. I'm going on to slide 5. Today you will begin writing about your next prompt. Your next prompt is about taking risks. Surprise, surprise. You will begin by brainstorming. That's what we're going to do today. And y'all listen, brainstorming really doesn't have necessarily wrong answers as long as you are thinking about the prompt. Whatever, that's the point of a brainstorm, y'all. Whatever comes to your mind, When you hear that prompt, so when I say taking risk, whatever, like I have little pictures that flash in my head about taking risk. Whatever pops in your mind about taking risks, those go on your brainstorming, and that is okay. The whole purpose of brainstorming is get all your thoughts and ideas out on that prompt or that subject that you're going to be writing about. Then you pick the best ones. So there aren't wrong answers if you talk about the prompt. Okay? Let's look at an example of what you will be expected to do. Click here to see the example. So I'm going to click here. It's going to bring up, I think, a doc. Yeah, Google Doc. Hopefully it'll load. And I did try to close out some of my tabs. Some of y'all get on me about how many tabs I have open. It did not help. And then I just had to go find my stuff again. So they're open. Okay, so you are going to be doing this today. Not on this sheet. You are going to have your own sheet. But this is going to be our brainstorm. It looks a little bit different than what we normally do because we normally do a bubble map brainstorming, but this includes your help chart. We have done a help chart before. This help chart we are going to do is specific for this prompt, okay? So here's our writing prompt. Write an essay explaining. So right here, you already know I have to explain. I don't need to tell a lifelong personal story. I'm explaining to people why it is sometimes necessary to take a chance or a risk. So that is kind of like your answer or your opinion. It's sometimes necessary. Okay? And they're not really asking you to like pick a side necessarily. They're not saying tell me if it is or if it isn't important to take chances. They're telling you to write why it sometimes is necessary, why sometimes you just have to suck it up, buttercup, and get it done, right? Take that risk. Now you were thinking about the prompt, why it's necessary, why you need to sometimes. List 4 reasons why it's sometimes necessary to take a chance or a risk. One example would be to help yourself or others, right? If I take chances, like somebody came to me the other day and told me something very personal, hurtful, embarrassing. I don't know exactly how you want to say it. But little did that student know another student was having the exact same problem. And by addressing this student's problem that came and told me all this, that student is then in turn helping these other students with the same problem, maybe even without knowing it, right? So it could be a way to help yourself or help others. Another example, take risks or take chances to change the world. Sometimes we need, I don't want to get political, but we had a lot of people stand up for other groups of people this year, and that took a risk or that took a chance for a lot of them to do it, depending on the situation. And I'm saying there were people in groups because there were several. There weren't just one. I think we heard about a couple more than others, but there were several of them. So these people said, you know what? I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to stand up for myself, or I'm going to stand up for others, and I'm going to do this march and not be violent and see if I can really get people to start listening to the message that we have for other people. Okay. And then I would come up with, of course, 2 more reasons why it's necessary to take a risk. It could be like to grow. If I don't push myself to do things that maybe are hard for me to do, not grow, hard for me to do, or things that I'm uncomfortable doing, how am I ever going to know what I'm capable of? Right? So I'm doing it to grow as a person. What else? We're taking chances. What's the purpose? Why do we need to? I'm brainstorming the same time y'all are kinda thinking of it too. Why are we taking chances? Um, how about how about this one? For new experiences. This isn't typing when I'm typing, so I hope I did it right. experiences. Okay. For new experiences, right? For new knowledge, to gain something, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and delete these because I do not want them to stay, but you get the idea. Okay. So you are gonna write, you're gonna write your, what is going on? That is not good. My computer's just doing what it wants to do, huh? Let's do it this way. The struggle is real, y'all. The struggle is real. Mm. Oh, it makes me never want to do that again. Okay, so come up with your 4 reasons. Um, Now you're going to use this help chart. Remember help, HELP, your help chart to help you think of examples now. Based on these reasons that you placed up here, based on those, think about somebody in history that took a chance. Now remember, you have to base it on what you wrote up here. So to help yourself or others, MLK took a chance by. Maybe he changed the world, right? So write some examples based on this. Now you want 1 or 2 examples per box. You don't have to go into great detail. They don't necessarily have to be complete sentences at this time because these are just your graphic organizers. But it wouldn't hurt to type it in a complete sentence just so you have it. And then for the experience box, this is a personal experience of your own. So someone that you know, or maybe it happened to you. Maybe it was your chance. So you can write, my mom took a chance when, what did she do? My granny took a chance by, dad took a chance, I took a chance, right? It's your personal experience with taking chances or risks. The next one is literature. Now, for literature, we are including books, but also movies, TV shows, and poems. Okay. But you want to mention the title and the character that took the chance. All right. So even if I hate to kind of bring this one up, but it popped into my head. Even if it's The Simpsons and like Lisa took a chance by, I don't know what antic she's getting into these days. But that's exactly what I'd put on The Simpsons. Lisa took a chance by da 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 da. And then you would kind of go on to explain that. And then the last category for help chart is pop culture. And this would be a celebrity or someone that's in the news or current events. Okay. So again, this all has to do with taking chances. It just can't be random people. Oh, I like BTS. No, tell me someone on BTS or in BTS that took a chance and what happened. Okay. So some examples, Will Smith took a chance in his marriage with Jada Pinkett. Michael Jordan took a risk when he played while injured against medical advice. So his doctor said, nope, you can't play. And he said, whatever, watch this. And then Chadwick Boseman, man, he just took chances a lot. He even kind of, in a way, now that we know he had cancer, that didn't stop him from working and stuff. So he kind of took a chance with his health in a way, but he just didn't want it to, have him to stop living his life. So he took a chance with it. So you're going to take these reasons here and think of examples for history, experience, literature, and pop culture. You're going to do that now. Again, if you need more time, pause it. And then I'm going back to my slide. One day. Here we go. We just did this one. So guess what? We're like at the last slide already today. See, it wasn't so bad. It was pretty quick. So it says, now you try. Click here to go to your copy of the same thing. So that copy I could write on, but you actually cannot write on it. This one you can. So if you click here, it'll take you to another Google Doc. I'm making sure I was trying to think since I did this days ago, did I think I said to make a copy. It might force you to make a copy. See how it does this? It's gonna say, we're trying to open up this document, but I changed it up here to where it forces a copy so that you don't use mine. And that way I can keep mine for other reasons. So you'll just click that make a copy. And then it'll load right up. Now this is where you're going to write yours, okay? So it's the same prompt. List your 4 reasons, and then based on those 4 reasons, come up with your HELMP. And that is it for today, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. I hope that your weekend is full of fun. I will probably be working, and since I'm back in school now, probably be trying to catch up on my own homework for college. But I just hope that you enjoy your 3 days off. Make sure and get some rest because I think it's a little while before we have another little 3-day weekend break. But y'all have fun this weekend a little bit too. But I will talk to you on Tuesday. Remember, no school on Monday. Bye.